Good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome to the Health Breakdown. I'm here today not just as a health advocate, but as someone who deeply cares about your well being, your energy, your heart, and your future. So, please, seniors, I am begging you to stop eating these 5 vegetables that are slowly damaging your heart. I know that sounds shocking. I know it may go against what you've heard for years, but sometimes things we assume are healthy aren't always what they seem, especially as we age. While vegetables are generally considered a cornerstone of a healthy diet, it is a misconception that all vegetables are automatically beneficial, especially for seniors. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to the effects of certain nutrients, additives, and preparation methods. What might be perfectly healthy for a younger individual may not have the same impact on an older adult, particularly when it comes to heart health. Seniors must be especially cautious, as the cardiovascular system becomes more vulnerable over time. The heart works harder with age, arteries become less flexible, and the risk of hypertension, high cholesterol, and heart disease increases significantly. Because of these physiological changes, the nutritional quality of food and how the body processes it matters more than ever. Many vegetables undergo heavy processing before they hit our plates, and that's where the problem begins. Canned, pickled, or frozen vegetables often come packed with sodium, preservatives, or even unhealthy fats. For example, canned vegetables like tomatoes are frequently preserved with large amounts of salt to prolong shelf life. The excess sodium can lead to water retention and elevated blood pressure, putting additional strain on an aging heart. Similarly, pickled vegetables, although seemingly healthy due to their vegetable content, can also contain a high sodium load. Over time, consistently consuming these foods can contribute to chronic high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. Preparation methods also play a crucial role in whether a vegetable supports or harms heart health. A potato in its raw or baked form offers potassium and fiber, both good for the heart. But once it's fried or mashed with cream and butter, it transforms into a high-fat, high-carb side dish that can raise cholesterol levels and contribute to weight gain. This is particularly dangerous for seniors, as even small weight gains can impact mobility, blood sugar regulation, and cardiovascular function. Similarly, corn is often genetically modified and processed into syrups or used in processed snacks, where its natural nutritional benefits are lost and its starchy nature becomes a contributor to blood sugar spikes. Another often overlooked aspect is the use of so-called vegetable oils in everyday cooking. Oils derived from corn, soy, and canola are marketed as healthy because they're plant-based, but they are typically highly refined and contain large amounts of omega-6 fatty acids. In excess, these fats can promote inflammation in the body, including within the blood vessels. Chronic inflammation is now recognized as a major underlying factor in heart disease, making these oils a silent but serious threat. In summary, while vegetables remain an essential part of a senior's diet, not all of them are created equal. Seniors must be selective about the types of vegetables they consume, how those vegetables are prepared, and whether additives like sodium or unhealthy fats are present. Understanding these differences can mean the difference between protecting heart health or unknowingly putting it at risk. Canned and pickled vegetables, though convenient and long-lasting, often pose a hidden danger to seniors due to their high sodium content. Sodium, commonly used in food preservation, can have serious health consequences when consumed in excess, especially for older adults who are more susceptible to heart and kidney issues. While vegetables in their natural state are incredibly nutritious, the process of canning or pickling them usually involves adding significant amounts of salt to extend shelf life and enhance flavor. This makes what appears to be a healthy option potentially harmful, particularly to cardiovascular health. As the body ages, its ability to regulate sodium decreases, kidneys become less efficient, and the body's overall sensitivity to salt increases. This means that even moderate amounts of sodium can cause elevated blood pressure in older individuals. High blood pressure or hypertension is one of the leading contributors to heart disease, stroke, and congestive heart failure. The regular consumption of high-sodium canned or pickled vegetables can gradually raise blood pressure levels, placing additional strain on the heart and blood vessels. What's most concerning is that this damage often happens silently over time, without noticeable symptoms until a more serious health event occurs. Many seniors choose canned or pickled vegetables for their affordability, ease of preparation, and longer shelf life. However, a single serving of canned Vegetables can contain hundreds of milligrams of sodium, sometimes even more than the daily recommended limit when combined with other foods throughout the day. Pickled items such as cucumbers, beets, or peppers may also seem like a healthy snack or side dish, but the brining process that gives them their flavor is also what makes them a source of excessive salt intake. Even low-sodium versions, while better, can still contribute significantly to overall daily sodium consumption. If eaten frequently, the risks extend beyond the heart. High sodium levels can also affect kidney function, bone health, and even lead to fluid retention and swelling, which can make mobility and comfort more difficult for older adults. Excessive salt can also interfere with medications commonly taken by seniors for blood pressure and heart disease, reducing their effectiveness and creating additional complications. Fortunately, there are ways to enjoy the convenience of preserved vegetables without compromising health. Opting for no salt added or low sodium canned vegetables is a good start. Rinsing canned vegetables under water before eating can also reduce some of the surface sodium. For pickled items, making homemade versions using vinegar and herbs rather than heavy brine can be a healthier alternative. Additionally, freezing fresh vegetables or buying frozen varieties without added sauces or salt is often a better choice for both nutrition and taste. In conclusion, while canned and pickled vegetables might seem like harmless pantry staples, their high sodium content can be a hidden threat to senior heart health. Understanding this risk and making smarter choices can help seniors maintain healthier blood pressure and reduce their risk of cardiovascular complications. Starchy vegetables like potatoes and corn are staples in many diets, often seen as comforting and filling additions to meals. While they do contain essential nutrients such as fiber, potassium, and vitamin C, they also have a high glycemic index, meaning they break down quickly into glucose in the body. For seniors, this rapid conversion can lead to spikes in blood sugar, which can be particularly concerning for those with diabetes, prediabetes, or other metabolic concerns. Unlike non-starchy vegetables such as spinach, broccoli, or cauliflower, which are digested slowly and help stabilize blood sugar, starchy vegetables can cause sharp increases followed by crashes, creating a roller coaster effect that stresses the body's systems. As we age, our metabolism tends to slow down and our insulin sensitivity often declines. This makes it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar efficiently, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Frequent spikes in blood sugar not only put pressure on the pancreas to produce more insulin but also contribute to inflammation and damage to blood vessels over time. This, in turn, increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and other complications. Even in seniors without diabetes, regular consumption of high glycemic vegetables like white potatoes and corn can gradually undermine metabolic health and cardiovascular function. Potatoes, especially when fried or mashed with butter and cream, are among the most commonly consumed starchy vegetables. While they may offer some nutritional value in their natural form, the way they're typically prepared greatly reduces their health benefits. French fries, potato chips, and creamy mashed potatoes are high in fat and calories, further complicating blood sugar control and contributing to weight gain. Similarly, corn, whether on the cob or in processed forms like cornmeal, tortillas, and corn syrup, has a high starch content that quickly converts to sugar in the bloodstream. Another issue is that these starchy vegetables are often consumed in large portions, crowding out other more nutrient-dense, non-starchy vegetables. A plate filled with potatoes and corn leaves less room for heart-healthy greens and fiber-rich foods that help regulate blood sugar and cholesterol. Over time, this imbalance can contribute to an unhealthy diet pattern that leads to chronic disease. That said, this doesn't mean seniors need to eliminate all starchy vegetables from their diet. The key is moderation, portion control, and preparation method. When included occasionally and prepared in healthy ways such as roasting with olive oil or steaming without added butter, potatoes and corn can be part of a balanced meal. Pairing them with fiber-rich vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can also help slow down the absorption of sugar and reduce blood sugar spikes. Ultimately, being mindful of how starchy vegetables affect blood sugar is essential for seniors aiming to protect their heart and maintain overall health. By understanding the impact of these foods and making informed choices, older adults can enjoy a varied and satisfying diet without compromising their well-being. Processed vegetable oils, such as those derived from corn, soybeans, and canola, are often promoted as heart-healthy options due to their plant-based origin and low saturated fat content. However, the truth is more complex, particularly for seniors. These oils are typically highly refined, chemically extracted, and stripped of natural nutrients during processing. What remains is a product that is rich in omega-6 fatty acids and essential fat that the body needs in small amounts, but which becomes harmful when consumed in excess. Unfortunately, the modern diet contains an overwhelming imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, and processed vegetable oils are a major contributor to this issue. In the right proportions, omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids work together to regulate inflammation and support overall health. However, the typical Western diet is disproportionately high in omega-6s and low in omega-3s. This imbalance promotes chronic inflammation in the body, a silent and persistent condition linked to numerous health problems. Inflammation is not inherently bad, it's the body's natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, it can damage tissues and organs, contributing to diseases such as arthritis, cancer, and most notably, cardiovascular disease. For seniors who are already more vulnerable to heart problems and inflammatory conditions due to aging, consuming large amounts of processed vegetable oils can be particularly dangerous. Chronic inflammation caused by these oils can damage the lining of blood vessels, promote plaque buildup in the arteries, and raise the risk of heart attack or stroke. This risk is compounded by the fact that processed oils are commonly found in many everyday foods, including salad dressings, fried foods, packaged snacks, baked goods, and even some so-called health products. Moreover, the refining process used to produce these oils often involves high heat and chemical solvents such as hexane. This process can create trans fats and other oxidation byproducts that are harmful to health, even in small amounts. These compounds further contribute to oxidative stress and inflammation within the body. For older adults, whose cellular repair mechanisms are slower and less efficient, the cumulative damage from these oils can be significant over time. There are healthier alternatives that seniors can incorporate into their diets to reduce inflammation and support heart health. Unrefined oils such as extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and flaxseed oil contain beneficial fats, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory properties. These oils are typically cold-pressed and retain more of their natural nutrients. Using these healthier oils in cooking or as dressings can help restore the balance of fats in the diet and reduce the risk of inflammation-related diseases. In conclusion, while processed vegetable oils may seem like a harmless or even healthy choice, they can quietly fuel chronic inflammation, especially in older adults. By understanding the risks and opting for natural, less processed oils, seniors can take an important step toward protecting their cardiovascular health and overall well-being. As we age, making mindful choices about diet becomes increasingly important, especially for heart health. Seniors face unique challenges as their bodies undergo natural changes that can affect digestion, metabolism, and cardiovascular function. One of the most effective ways to protect the heart and maintain overall wellness is to focus on fresh, low-sodium, heart-healthy alternatives in daily meals. While convenience foods, canned items, and processed snacks may be tempting, prioritizing fresh and minimally processed ingredients helps seniors manage blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and support healthy cholesterol levels. Fresh vegetables and fruits are naturally low in sodium and rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all crucial for a healthy heart. Fiber, for example, helps lower cholesterol by binding with it in the digestive tract, preventing its absorption into the bloodstream. Antioxidants combat oxidative stress and inflammation, which are major contributors to heart disease. By including a variety of colorful vegetables and fruits daily, seniors can nourish their bodies and enhance heart health without the risks associated with processed foods. One of the biggest concerns for older adults is managing sodium intake. Excess sodium is a leading cause of high blood pressure, which puts strain on the heart and blood vessels. Unfortunately, many processed or packaged foods, including canned vegetables, pickles, and ready-made meals, contain high amounts of added salt. Over time, this can lead to hypertension and increase the risk of heart attack or stroke. Choosing fresh or frozen vegetables without added salt gives seniors the ability to control seasoning, reducing sodium consumption and protecting the heart. In addition to fresh vegetables, incorporating whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats further supports cardiovascular health. Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and oats provide complex carbohydrates and fiber, which help regulate blood sugar and cholesterol. Lean proteins such as fish, poultry, beans, and legumes offer essential amino acids without the saturated fats found in some meats. Healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, and seeds improve cholesterol balance and reduce inflammation. Together, these components create balanced meals that fuel the body and promote heart health. Cooking methods also make a difference. Steaming, roasting, grilling, or sautéing with small amounts of healthy oils preserve nutrients and avoid the harmful effects of frying or heavy cream-based sauces. Seniors can enhance flavors naturally with herbs, spices, lemon juice, and vinegar, reducing the need for salt or unhealthy condiments. Another important aspect is meal planning and preparation. Taking time to prepare meals at home allows seniors to avoid hidden sodium and unhealthy additives common in restaurant or convenience foods. It also encourages the consumption of seasonal, fresh ingredients that provide the best taste and nutritional value. For those with limited mobility or time, frozen vegetables without added sauces can be a convenient and nutritious alternative. Ultimately, focusing on fresh, low-sodium, heart-healthy alternatives empowers seniors to take control of their health. This approach helps reduce the risk factors associated with cardiovascular disease and supports long-term vitality. By making thoughtful food choices and adopting healthier cooking habits, older adults can enjoy delicious meals while protecting their hearts and enhancing their quality of life.